So, firstly, when we look into channeling, here's the very first thing that's important. Number one, you have to test your entities. Okay, you don't just buy into what they're saying to you. You got to take them through an internal process. And what that involves is you learning to go into your quiet state. So, how is that done? You start working with something as simple as pranayama. You start working together with the breath, where the exhales are longer than the inhales. That's exactly what I was taught, because what this is doing is helping to calibrate your chakra network. It's helping to straighten your spine. It's keeping your equilibrium of energy together intact. It's like you're creating an oval within your own body. And as you start to prepare yourself and get yourself into a state of calmness, which is necessary, then you start testing the entity, which means I start going into a state of neutrality and I ask if that entity can go there. If it's a regressive entity, they can't do it. They're not able to go into that neutral state. They're always just blistering with the idea of lies, manipulation, and so forth. It's like a fire energy. It's like trying to be able to try and calm a fire. You can't. You have to snuff it out. So basically, going into that centering energy, and you're working together with your own personal connection with the heart. So, what that means is you're just aware of your breath. You're just following your breath. You're connecting with your breath, and you're observing your breath to make sure it's very steady and it's very calm. There's three ways that you know that you are in a subtle state of being. Number one, your eyes are dilated. Number two, the saliva production in your mouth has increased. Number three, the tranquility of your breath. If you're able to go into those three particular realizations of what you're doing with your work, this is indicating a low idle or subtle state of being. That is what you want to be into through phase one of checking with your entity. The second thing you want to do is you're now going beyond the breath and you're going directly into the stillness of the mind. Like I said, this takes practice. But as you go into that stillness of mind, you're basically in an expansive state. We're basically saying that you're touching the right hemisphere of the brain at that point, and then you're inviting that entity to join you in that alignment because you're much more sensitive with that entity and seeing if that entity can connect with you in that way. If they can't, most likely a regressive. Now, once you go into level two, then you're moving into final part, which is level three, which is the all self, which means you're basically just staying in the sweet silence of surrender, which means we're going beyond the body, we're going beyond the breath, we're going beyond the mind. Very similar to like what Ramana Maharshi would tell people about self-inquiry, is when you're going into the state of who am I? And you're just with the I, right? And through there, everything is just stillness, silence, and surrender. And then through that state, you're also just briefly inviting that entity to be in the stillness and the silence with you. Like I said, it's a regressive, it can't do it.